it's time for Discoveries with D. That's me. Cleavage is hanging out. Thank you for coming to this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. Today is Tag Tuesday. And that's a little thing that's been going on since, oh my gosh, probably like 2019, where a group of YouTubers get together with a list of questions, they answer them, and then there's a list of everybody who's participating in the description box below. You can go check out if you're interested in seeing what everybody else had to say. These month's questions come from Valerie Reese. So thank you, Val, for thinking of these. I haven't looked at them yet, so I like doing them off the cuff. I don't know. That's how I roll. But let's see what she has for us today. And if you are new here, welcome. And if you hit that subscribe button, join us here at Discoveries with D. All right, because you never know what's going to come up on this channel. I do have a other channel called Dish with D, so you can check that out. That is my healthy lifestyle channel. But let's get to the questions. I was going to film outside, but it's too sunny on the deck. I waited too long. Okay, come on. What are 3 items you always carry with you on a road trip? My earbuds, my phone charger, and a snack. There's more, but those are the top 3 things I carry with me. Is my phone charger, earbuds, and a snack. What kind of music do you listen to in the car? I like dance music. I do. I like 90s music. Now, I thought I was an 80s music girl, but I realized all of my clubbing time happened in the 90s. So I actually prefer 90s music. I thought it was 80s, but no, it's 90s. And it's mostly club music. I do like a little R&B, but, you know, that's be my, like, in the car, I would say probably dance music. I like to drive to things that are fast because I feel like it keeps me, you know, in the zone of driving, because sometimes if you have put them that's too slow, like the R&B isn't something I enjoy driving to, because sometimes like, oh, I need to really get motivated. So pretty much dance music. Would you be the driver or passenger? Passenger, of course, because I hate driving. I do. I hate driving. They always say, what would you do if you won the lottery? I would be get a chauffeur. I'd rather clean my house, cook my meals, but I would love to have somebody drive me everywhere. But yes, absolutely passenger. When you're the passenger, what do you do to occupy your time? Most of the time it has the earbuds and I'm watching YouTube, listening to the music, getting caught up on comments on my YouTube channel because I'm always behind on that. That is what I usually do. I used to read, but sometimes I feel like I get nauseous when I read. It's just lately, so I pretty much do more listening than I do occupying my eyes, unless I'm like listening. That's why I don't always do a lot of comments, because again, I start getting a headache. But mostly listening to music, maybe playing some games, depends, but mostly listening to music. Would you stop for fast food or eat in a restaurant? Which restaurant or which? It depends. I would do both, honestly. It just depends. I'm not opposed to fast food. Because, you know, it's not about the fast food. It's what you get at the fast food. So don't always like, be like, oh my God, you're getting fast food. There are some, I mean, I will tell you though, you're going to pay as much for fast food that you would in a restaurant. Only thing you don't do is you have to pay for the tip. So either or. Which fast food? Whatever's there. Honestly, I prefer chicken sandwiches, salads, wraps. You know, I love Subway. I can come some of the rest stops. My son is in New York. They have a Subway, so I've hit the Subway a few times. I do love Subway. Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. I don't go for the McDonald's, Burger King too much anymore. Been there, done that. It's not that I don't want to eat there. I just don't desire. I'm not a burger person, but give me a good chicken sandwich. We stopped at this one place. God, what was it called? And they had the crispy chicken. It was a crispy chicken place. And they had like milkshakes. Oh, we had a fantastic time. So restaurant would be whatever. Honestly, I'm not really picky. I'm going to put myself out there and say this. I'm one of the few Italian people that like the Olive Garden. There's no rhyme or reason. People laugh when I say that. It's consistent. I do find it's consistent. But I don't have, I mean, we like Applebee's, we like Chili's. I mean, any chain place, you kind of know what you're going to get. Love diners, and if you don't know what a diner is, because I know diner is very local to some areas, that's where you can get pretty much anything at a diner. Anything. Breakfast all day long. You can get all kinds of club sandwiches and wraps and fun salads. So, Yeah, I would like to find if I could get me a good diner. So those would be where I would probably stop. What time did you prefer to do a road trip? Honestly, I don't really care. Um, Not winter probably. Probably fall or spring. Summer's a little bit hot. That sun beats in that car. And we've done a few fall road trips, so probably I said pick one, I'd say fall. Because sometimes spring it's a little bit rainy. And it's not a fun to do a road trip in the rain, but probably fall. What is the maximum number of hours you want to travel in one day? Well, as long as we have stops, I'm good. We went to the Finger Lakes, which was about 6 hours from here. Was our last road trip, and when you go road trip with my husband, there's always going to be pit stops. So I think we had 3 pit stops. But yeah, for me, as long as I get after every couple hours get a pit stop just to stretch my back, I'm usually fine. So it doesn't really. I would say 5 is pretty good. But if we were going further, I could probably do a few more. He probably couldn't, but I could. What has been the longest road trip you've ever been on? Probably that one. Probably the Finger Lakes, which is in upstate New York, and I'm in southern New Jersey. And it was about 5.5 to 6 hours it took us to get there. We've never driven to Florida. And we did go to Knoebels once, which we did kind of like, we saw the way to go to that when we were on. Yeah, I have to be the Finger Lakes. For me, anyway. I don't know about Steve, but for him and I together, we're probably there. My parents did never travel when we were young. Furthest we went to was probably the Poconos. Do you prefer city driving or country driving? Country. There's nothing like the open road and some like wild animals. Yeah, city driving. We just did a trip to New York to see my son, and oh my, we were in Lockjam. On like the outer part of New Jersey to where you're coming into the bridge of New York. We were there. I think we went like 2 or 3 miles in like 45 minutes. Yeah, no. Country all the way. And when we first moved here, we were always funny. It was laughing because we would be like chickens, like wild turkeys and chickens would be in the road. It's like, because I'm from the city. If you don't know that, I grew up in Philadelphia and we moved over here 27 years ago. But I'm still a city girl at heart, and I still have that city girl mentality of, being able to walk to the bus and have like convenience stores you can walk to. Here you have to drive everywhere. But love seeing the wildlife in the streets. We actually have foxes roaming the area, which is not good for the dog, but yep. Who is your preferred travel partner, or do you prefer to travel alone? I've never traveled alone, so probably the family. Not my parents. My parents my dad was a horrible person to drive with. My mother was another. My mother was a backseat driver, and she never had her license. That always made us laugh. But probably my family has husband, kids. Not Timmy. My son Timmy, the middle child, one who's in New York, drives like a person from New York. I mean, you have to. I mean, like once you I'm like when I first started driving with him, I'm like, God, Timmy, you drive like an asshole, and realize that he has to, because it's kill or be killed up there. I mean, you have to be aggressive. And when I went up there the first time, I'm going, I don't think I could ever drive up there. Oh, no. But now I know why he drives that way. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you have to. But it's a whole way of driving. It's totally different. When they come down here, you see the plates. Oh, yeah. And yeah, now I get it. I do. I get it. All right. Bonus. Where did you go on your last road trip? We went to the Finger Lakes back in the fall of last year. And the Finger Lakes are they look like fingers up in upstate New York. They're known for their wineries. Oh my God, if you're ever you ever want a nice trip and you're in this side of the country, in the Northeast, the Finger Lakes are beautiful. I mean, we were there right when they started turning the leaves. They were beautiful. I feel like we went somewhere in the spring. Maybe we didn't. He owes me a trip to Lancaster. He just said that today. He goes, we might be going to Lancaster next week. And that's like an hour and 15 minutes from our house. Lancaster's that way. And the Jersey Shore, no, Lancaster's that way. The Jersey, Atlantic, we call it the Jersey Shore, but it's the Atlantic Ocean where all the beach towns are. Atlantic City, Wildwood, Ocean City. They're like a little over an hour that way. And we don't go there often. I think because it's so convenient to go. A few times when the kids were young, we used to take it. We'd have dinner. We go have dinner on the boardwalk and just go for a walk. It wasn't that long. But I want to say, I guess we haven't really gone anywhere. Might have been the Finger Lakes. I feel like there was some other trip that we went to. But I think the longest one was probably the Finger Lakes. And that was, like I said, we went last October. So yeah, it'd just be coming on a year. We were just talking about that, how nice that trip was. We're in talks of going to Niagara Falls. Probably not this year, maybe next year for a long weekend. We have like 3 other couples that we travel with. So it's 8 of us. So it's kind of fun when you have a nice big crowd. It makes it a lot. We don't travel in the same car because Steve likes to drive. Like, he can't be a passenger. He said he gets nauseous, which is fine with me because I get nauseous driving. So it kind of works out. And it's just easier to have your own car when you're away. So, but I think that's, we may be going to Niagara Falls next year on a little drive. He always says when he retires, or I guess I'm already retired technically, but when he retires, he just wants to kind of drive to fun little, vacation spots. Once the dog, God rest his soul, goes, and we can take long weekends and just visit the area. And it's always fun to travel in like to Connecticut, to New Hampshire, to Boston. We've been to Virginia, Gettysburg, Williamsburg. They're okay. I mean, they're very historical, and I like fun. I like outlets. I like history's okay, but yeah, that's on the docket for later. But that is it. That is all 11 questions. So I will leave a copy of the questions down below if you want to answer them. That'd be fantastic. And I will leave, like I said, everybody who's participating in the collab will be listed in the description box below. If you're interested in checking them out, they're right there for your perusing. So that is it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Like I said, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, join us here at Discoveries with D, because this is a channel where you don't know what's going to happen. This is my fun channel that I just do interesting things that, that just pop into my head, and it'd be fun. It's just something unexpected here. So thanks for watching, and I will discover something with you another day. Thanks, my lovelies. I will talk to you later.